can't I just fall asleep? It's like I'm not allowed to dream. It's one of those nights I start to get overwhelmed, thinking about time and trying hard to like myself. It's one of those nights I wanna be someone else. I'm broken inside, I'm stuck awake with heavy eyes. It's one of those nights.
I want to clarify real quick for any viewers who saw that intro and were like, wow, Sage, are you actually that depressed while playing solo queue? No, I just ran out of my meds 4 days ago, and withdrawal symptoms are kicking my ass, so I decided to wield this misery and make a cool intro. Anyway, back to the video. Solo queue, often referred to as the scariest and worst part of Dead by Daylight. There's nothing more terrifying than the sheer fucking incompetence of people who are meant to be cooperating with you. I think it's interesting the different types of psychological turmoil that these two variations of loneliness can inflict. Killers are alone, but they're able to make up for that with control. Solo queue players aren't alone, but the lack of communication and often lack of trust in your teammates can make you feel like it's you versus everyone else in the game. There is nothing so unpredictable as a solo queue match. I want to point to that as one of the most beautiful traits that Dead by Daylight has, but also, with unpredictability comes the most frustrating and the most incredible situations. Sometimes you'll have a team that can never really find its footing, and you can tell from the start that you're most likely going to lose, but you grit your teeth and you do your best, and then you're able to have a comeback. Or you lose miserably. Tends to be the latter more often, unfortunately. The most terrifying part of solo queue is the overwhelming lack of control. You don't have control over your teammates, or the killer, or any of their perks. There is so little information being shared even with the HUD changes that have been made. You might run the killer towards someone doing a generator and feel like an asshole. You might sacrifice yourself for your teammate during endgame and accidentally trigger Blood Warden, resulting in another teammate dying. Sorry, Michaela. You might just completely give up on playing optimally and just start healing when it's a Legion and you'll be injured again in 2 seconds. So, why do we continue to play? I'll share my reason because it's my video and I can't hear you guys. Let's talk about the power of the unspoken bond. I can't tell you the amount of solo queue teammates that I've had tiny interactions with that resulted in me caring about them more than some very extended family members. Oh, you nodded at me? We're best friends now, and my sole mission in this trial is to make sure you escape. There are such incredibly great highs of solo queue, and such incredibly miserable lows as well. Depending on the person, not having control can result in a couple of different outcomes. It can be freeing. You can blend in with the crowd and see where the entity takes you. Or it can be suffocating. You can't understand what your teammates are doing or what the killer is doing, and every single thing that goes wrong just builds onto your misery. I really feel bad when I play as killer and I see survivors desperately trying to carry the game on their shoulders. But all it takes is one bad teammate. Someone who's AFK, someone who immediately gives up on hook, and worst of all, someone who just happens to be the weak link and they are trying, but it's not enough. I've had the experience of playing against, witnessing, and being the weak link. And unfortunately, all it can take is one misplay and everything comes crashing down. It's worse when every one of your teammates is looking for something different out of the match. One person can bring the most insane generator build you've ever seen. One could bring a full meta chase build and a map offering. One could be trying to get achievements or challenges. And then there's me, bringing generally mid-tier perks because I'm a killer main at heart, and when I try too hard as Survivor, I feel bad for the killers. And all of these mindsets do not mix well, resulting in no gens done, 5-second chases, no achievements, and a bunch of miserable survivors. I can talk all day about how there is light at the end of the solo queue tunnel where there are fun games, good teammates, and great killers. I'd kind of rather reach out to the solo queue players listening. I'm sorry that this game is so much more chaotic for you. I'm sorry that the lack of communication, lack of information, and certain killers and perks just completely disable your ability to connect with your team. I appreciate every survivor that's a team player, every survivor that's altruistic even when they don't have to be, every survivor that is genuinely trying their best. I love seeing all the personalities, all the builds, and all the variety. We need to look out for each other and help each other. If there isn't safety in numbers, then what is the point of playing the survivor role at all?